Welcome back to the Rob Dibble Show. Ben Darnell sitting in with you here as Rob has some MC duties to do at the Special Olympics Hall of Fame tonight. So we're going to learn a little bit about what's being honored here tonight at the Hall of Fame. I have Sharon Morley with me. He is from the Oxford program for the Special Olympics. Sharon, I hear you're winning a big award tonight because of your Oxford program, which is just head and shoulders above some of these other programs. What makes the Oxford program so great?
Oh, well, thank you very much for that. And, there's so many great programs in Special Olympics Connecticut. So, we don't like to compare ourselves with others, but we've been really fortunate in and I think first the people who started the program, and Maureen Blees, or Mo as we call her, she was the person who started it and still runs it today. One of her best friends, Linda McCain, helps do a lot of the paperwork, as well as being a swim coach. And her brother, who she recruited, Larry Doherty, is everyone knows Larry. He's everyone's favorite coach. They're really great, and I'm fortunate to be a part of that. But it's also, I think, we're really lucky to have so many great families who are involved in our local program. And these families, they're involved, not just as chauffeurs and cheerleaders, but they volunteer for other things. They're unified partners. They become coaches like me. That's how I got involved as a parent initially. So we've just been very fortunate, and Mo and Larry have really worked to keep everyone involved, and year after year, and evolving roles. So that really has been great.
What about this term that I've been hearing in the last 5 years, the inclusion movement, which is a global initiative for getting everyone involved in anything they want? I've been involved with the Miracle League fields and down in the south part of the country, and it's accessible baseball fields, and it can be turned into so many different things. But, as far as baseball is concerned, or just sports in general, when kids have to have a wheelchair, when kids have some kind of disability, they're turned away from a lot of athletic fields, and the Miracle League really opened my eyes to what is the inclusion movement. Sharon Morley, you've gotten involved with your child. You're big time in Special Olympics Oxford. What did you not know about the inclusion movement that you do now that it was really eye-opening?
Oh, that's a good question. You kind of felt like, as a parent with a child with special needs, that your opportunities were limited. Their opportunities were limited, and like anyone else, they want a full and fulfilling life, and you, as a parent, you want to try to help them get that. So when you're looking for the things that they can do, that they can be involved in, and when you see things like Special Olympics and like these other inclusive activities that say, hey, you're part of this. Yes, this is for you. It's not like, well, let me see, we'll think about it. Well, no, you're over here. It's like, come on in.
Talk about how these sports are year-round now. When we're talking inclusion movement, when we're talking Special Olympics, you just mentioned the Winter Games. I mean, we all know that there's Summer Games now. How has the evolution of the inclusion movement, the evolution of Special Olympics, become a year-round deal?
It's really great. At Special Olympics Connecticut, and I think probably countrywide, there's 4 seasons. Within our group, in the winter, which we just finished up, we had what we participate in is snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and alpine or downhill skiing.
Awesome.
So that, you have 3 sports there that you can be involved in. In the spring now, training for the Summer Games, we have 3 sports. We have track and field, we have swimming, and we have cycling. Then in the summer, for the training for the fall, we have bowling and sometimes volleyball, and then we're back to the winter again. So, and that's just with our program. Special Olympics Connecticut offers more than programs than that even, but that's as much as we can run at this time. So yeah, it's great. You have a couple of weeks off between seasons, but then you have the opportunity to get back in and be involved in something new.
Speaking at volunteers, Sean, I mean, I know a lot of people have some interest in basketball, or a lot of people may have some interest in bowling and can help out in those specific sports that they're always have been involved in. But have you found that you yourself as a volunteer really getting involved in different sports that you would not have known or not have even tried unless you were involved with Special Olympics?
Yes, that's very true. Partly was my wanting to be involved. I brought my son, as a parent, and not the kind of person to stand around. So I got involved and had the opportunity to go to coaches training. And I was a casual runner, but when Larry and Mo got me involved and said, "Hey, you want to coach the track team?" And it's gotten me more active in that. Now, I for the last 10 years now, I've been more actively running, and I'm better off for that. Yeah. But it's been, interesting for me personally, because the snowshoeing, that's something I hadn't done. And now this past year, I was the snowshoe coach. So it was just a lot of fun. I got to try cross-country skiing. When I was a teenager, I was definitely not athletic. So, but I think it shows that there's always an opportunity for fitness and to start at any age. And that's another great thing about the Special Olympics. It's an 8 to 80 kind of a thing. We have athletes who come in as young as, I think, 8 is the youngest that they compete, although we have siblings who come in who are younger. And we have athletes in our program who are in their 50s.
It's amazing. I know that you guys are always looking for volunteers and looking for help. How can you get involved? Because I know that a lot of the people that volunteer for Special Olympics and volunteer for a lot of things, they always go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to help this out, but then leave with almost a feeling where I took so advantage of that time that I had personally and got a lot out of it for myself by donating my time and donating my help. How can people get involved with Special Olympics Oxford?
That's great. Great question. If you live in Connecticut, your best bet probably is to go to the Special Olympics Connecticut website. So that would be soct.org. And there's, I believe, right up in the top menu, there's something about how can I get involved or get involved. And you'll see the opportunities. And those opportunities could be anything from you're volunteering at one of the competitions, which is a fun thing to do if whether it's a full day or an afternoon or a full weekend, helping out. Or if you want to do more, the Special Olympics Connecticut will route you to a local program that's close to your area. But yeah, that we'll tell you what's involved, and as well as Special Olympics Connecticut, they'll tell you the opportunities. There's a screening process and training that is offered depending on what you need to do. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities, and yes, it's very fulfilling. We have teenagers come in sometimes because often schools have a sort of a service hours type thing. So they think, well, this would might be an opportunity. But many of them get hooked, and it's great because one of the things that Special Olympics has been really emphasizing lately has been unified sports. What's great is Special Olympics Connecticut is really a leader in that area. Bo Doherty, who runs it, was kind of the father of unified sports. And the idea is pairing up a typical person, whatever age, with an athlete of a similar age and hopefully ability, competing and training together. And I've just seen the success of this. There's many people initially questioned whether, would the typical players dominate, but it doesn't work that way. You really find it really brings out the best in people, and to see the gains. I've seen now as a coach over the last few years, these unified partners who just the pairings, to see these young men and women paired up with an athlete, and just the friendships that grow, and the emotional development that occurs, and you see athletes who gaining confidence and feeling really a part of things, and you see the typical teenagers. You really see the growth and development in them, and it's really a great thing as a coach and as a parent to see.
It's great for athletes, great for all the volunteers, great for Special Olympics. It's a win all the way around. Sean Morley, congratulations on the Oxford program getting the award tonight. Thanks for taking some time and talking to us and sharing your side of this story. And hopefully there's some more awards and more championships and more gold medals to come there for the Special Olympics Oxford.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks for giving us the opportunity, and thanks so much for being involved in what you guys do. We're
going to talk to someone who's getting an award here tonight at the Hall of Fame. Sharon Rivera, athlete and Hall of Fame award recipient, the Eunice Kennedy Shriver Award. Sharon, what is it like just to, have HOF next to your name, Hall of Fame, and getting an award like this? Has it sunken into you? What does it mean to you to get this kind of stuff?
It hasn't sunk in yet, no. But it's very exciting, and I'm very, very proud, and I'm glad that I got this award.
Did you ever think that, you'd make it to something like this through sports?
No. I wasn't very athletic at school, so in high school, so doing Special Olympics after I graduated out of high school, and it's a great honor for myself.
How'd you get involved with it then?
I was at a program, and was with a guy named Pat Kassane, and we were just discussing one day about the World Games in '95 here in New Haven. And so I said, well, I would like to be a part of that. So he helped me out, and we helped me with my local program, which is with Merritt and Wallingford, which is called Tri-Town. And from there, been doing it since.
After talking to so many people today, I've come to find out that a lot of people either never thought about this before, like when they were actually playing sports, or when they're thinking about playing sports, it took them 10, 20 years, almost like yourself, to finally get involved. And a lot of the sports that they're involved with now, never would have thought they'd even be interested in. Was there anything for you where you may have never even heard of this sport before? I have.
Powerlifting is one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could lift a pound. There's a lot of sports I never tried skiing. This is my first year doing skiing, and I've done snowshoeing, which is another one that I've never tried. And
can you explain to me snowshoeing? Because I've heard this today, and I have no idea what snowshoeing is.
It's kind of imagine having tennis shoes. Tennis rackets on your feet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's kind of like that, but it's more rounder. Have a lash on your toes and on your heel, and you're actually, as you're running or walking, it's lifting up the snowshoe from the snow. So
it's basically like a running event.
You could actually walk in them too.
Okay.
So we have athletes that are walking in them, and then some of them are like myself. I'll move on now.
What other sports are you like totally interested in now that you weren't before?
Well, there's golf. But I'm not a very good golfer right now, but I would like to try golf. I've done soccer. I wasn't very good at it at that time. Didn't run very much at that time. I would like to try flag football. I know other states have it. I don't know if we still have it here. It's not as popular. Curling is another one I would like to try, or even speed skating.
I just got into curling like 2 years ago, and I'm falling in love with it. It's like shuffleboard on ice, basically. Think of it that way. But it's actually a lot more physical than what you would think.
Yep.
Stretch your back out. That's my advice for you. Stretch your back out. And a lot of people have strategies in curling. My strategy is just throw as hard as you can and start hitting rocks around.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. You're a pro.
All right.
Sharon Rivera, she's the award winner tonight of the Eunice Kennedy Shriver Award. Talking to her about sports in general, but really emotionally, like what has it benefited you that you never thought was going to happen like this?
Well, I was very shy. I've never actually had a lot of friends. Special Olympics helped me through, making more friends, more, going out there and talking. Now I am a global messenger where I go around and I go speak at different vineyards and stuff. And then I end up going to the 2 national games, which is called the USA Games, and I got to meet more people that I've never thought that was, oh, wow, Connecticut has all these athletes here. So that's what Special Olympics means to me. They have me. I never thought I could play in a sport either, and now I'm an athlete trying all these sports now.
Do you have friends that you've connected with that have become lifelong?
I met my best friend through Special Olympics. Her name is Angie D'Amico, and she does basically almost the exact same sports as I do. She does more running than I do. I'm a sprinter and more. She's a long distance runner. But I met a lot of people through Special Olympics.
I've found through Special Olympics, the number one goal is fun and smiles. But I've also found that goal number 2 or maybe 1B, y'all are very competitive. And even though your best friend does all the same sports as you, and I'm sure that you want to help her out and she wants to help you out, you do like beating each other, don't you?
Sometimes.
What is your best sport that you do?
Oh, I have so many. Softball's one.
Yeah.
I like softball. And volleyball's another. And I'm pretty good now in powerlifting.
How have you been able to maintain because when people hit, honestly, if you haven't been playing at the age until 18, that's when a lot of people give it up. That's when a lot of people just say, I'm done with this. How have you been able to maintain and keep it going and keep the drive to want to participate?
Well, I like to do sports all year round, so I don't like to stay home and do nothing. Special Olympics gets me out there, and so I do winter games, I do the summer games, I do the fall festival, and I do the Holiday Classic. If I miss one, I go, well, I got to go back there next year. It keeps me fit, and that's why I like doing it.
So you got the Hall of Fame right now. What's coming up next for Sharon Rivera?
I would like to try out for the World Games in 2019 for the Summer Games. And I would like to probably try another USA Games, which is next year in Seattle.
Sharon, you're amazing. Thanks for representing us here in Connecticut.